1993, the demolition began. This was the year the Kowloon walled city, a place of shadow and legend, was finally set to fall. An 18-year-old awe locked through the familiar. Twisting alleys, clutching an empty jar, a container he once used to capture moonlight. He passed Uncle Fat's barber shop, but the sounds of snipping scissors and friendly chatter were gone. The metal gate was pulled shut, locked forever. Uncle Fat, with a heavy heart, had said his final goodbyes. Nearby, the mute girl stood on a rooftop, her fingers nimble as always. She released a single paper crane into the sky. It was her 1000th, a silent prayer for the city she called home. It danced in the wind for a moment before joining the others, a flock of paper wishes soaring over the condemned buildings. Down below, a policeman, the same one who patrolled these lawless streets, stood guard. He wasn't there to enforce the law, but to witness the end. His eyes were red, not from the dust, but from unshed tears for the community he'd come to know. Then the bulldozers roared to life. Their engines were a death rattle for the city. But just as the first wall began to crumble, something impossible happened. Every single light in the walled city flickered on. Windows that had been dark for years in apartments without electricity suddenly blazed with life. For one whole minute, the city didn't just light up. It erupted in a brilliant, defiant glow, shining brighter than the glittering skyline of Hong Kong Island across the water. It was a final collective breath. And then, as suddenly as they appeared, all the lights went out at once, plunging the city into darkness for the very last time. The demolition continued, and when the dust finally settled, all that remained was rubble. But scattered across the wreckage like a blanket of fresh snow were thousands of paper cranes. In the center of the ruins, a pair of old barber scissors was planted upright in the dirt. It's like a makeshift cross marking a grave. And next to it, a small, unassuming jar, no longer empty. It was filled with a soft, silver light, a captured piece of the city's soul, a light that never faded. They say if you go to the park that stands there now, late at night when the world is quiet, you can still feel it. If you listen very, very closely, you might just hear the city breathing. A faint whisper carried on the wind, a message to the children of Hong Kong. Even darkness can be home. If someone inside is willing to carry the light,